Hello YouTube. I realized only after a couple of minutes that I that I got cut off. Well, not a couple minutes, but a couple seconds. So I might have skipped dialogue. So if I did, I'm sorry. So let's continue with part 4 of episode 7. I approached a burrow before seeing the most horrible thing ever. A lepidodonai. Ah! I ran all the way to the inside of the HQ to protect myself from their bites. Several members of the guard stopped near me and started to poke fun at me in a nice way. I have to say it's true that I've never liked those little creatures with their 8 to hairy legs and their wings. Oh damn. No, but seriously, those critters are the most horrible things since Eldarya's creation. Fortunately for me, I came across my own prey. Schwarz! Whoo! I see that you have a piece of paper attached to your tail. I assume Chrome is the one who sent you. That's perfect. Will you come with me to see Miko? He settled himself on my arm like usual. Hey, wake up! Come on, human. The grandpa isn't going to wait on us much longer. What? I finished the potion in the early morning, and he's ready to go now. Already? Goodness, my head is still a bit groggy. Yes, he moved up his schedule. According to him, if we come with him, the journey by sea will be a lot longer, so we have to leave earlier. But listen, I don't want to try to understand why or how. We have the potions, some provisions, and the opportunity to go back to the general headquarters. Yeah, you're right. We have to take this opportunity. Let me get my things ready really quickly. Okay, let's meet up at the beach. Alright. I got myself ready real fast, even if I couldn't believe all of this. Many questions are going through my head. Oh, by the way, it might be the only video, it might be the last one for today because I realized I only have 120 mana. And it costs 2 manas per dialogue, so it might be the only one before I have to cut off the video again. When are we going to get to this island? Will the potion be efficient enough? Will I be able to go through such change? I really didn't have the time to ask myself all of these questions. I really need to meet up with Chrome and our friend, the wise Master Kappa. When I arrived on the beach, it was with great stupor that I discovered our means of transportation. But it's a giant turtle shell! Oh really? I thought it was a giant carrot. I glared dagger at him. Please, take your places. I wonder how he can stand traveling on a turtle shell. He's a turtle himself, isn't he? It's not a real shell, rather a boat made in the likeness of one of our people. Oh, I see. Wait a second, how did he know that what I was thinking? I started to ask myself on whether or not the kappas have extrasensory capacity. Your questions are written on your face, young lady. These types of coincidences are more and more significant. Okay, well, human, are you coming? Yes, I'm coming. I was just thinking. We embarked on this thing, and that's how our journey home began. I was very impatient with the idea of seeing everyone, even though I shared Chrome's feeling on anguish at the idea of facing Miko. He was so sure that she wouldn't be pleased to hear about the lost ship. Yeah, but it's not our fault. Alright? It's not our fault. We have already been traveling for several hours, and I was quite bored to be honest. I decided to start a conversation with my 2 companions. Excuse me, but I want to know, is Elliot special to you? Special, of course, like all Kappa's children. No, I mean, is he your son, your grandson, or maybe your nephew? No, not at all. He's just a friend's child, so he's very precious, in the same way that another is. He suddenly looked glum. I'm sorry. Damn. As we continued to navigate, the Master Kappa started to meditate, but hearing him snoring, we thought that maybe it was more of a little nap. By the way, Chrome, how did you get the vital element? What did you take? I'm kind of busy right now. Let's talk about it later. We're on a shell in the middle of the ocean. We have nothing to do. Yes, look, I'm tanning. You can answer me while you do your little tanning session, huh? Seriously, I really don't want to talk about it. But why? Do you have something to hide? Nonsense. Okay, so what was it? I won't tell you. Come on, I want to know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't see why you don't want to talk about it. It's not like you stole some Kappa's water. Oh, Chrome. He began to lecture me while whispering. You are crazy. If I tell you to be quiet, it's for a reason. What an idea you had. What an idiot. Sorry, I'm not lucky enough to be the Kappa's little darling. Whose fault is it? You won't stop calling him Grandpa and you're the absolute worst. Maybe if you were nicer, people would be more prone to helping you. Yeah, but well, you better keep all that information to yourself. Damn. Hey, can I ask you a question? No. Ask away. It just came to me all of a sudden, but if the food in Eldarya isn't nutritious, why do our companions eat it? Because that's the way it is. You don't have a moral, lengthy reason. Companions are creatures that are born in Eldarya. They're an integral part of this world, so it's normal that the food here is sufficient to their needs, contrary to us Kappas, or all of the other fairy species that you could meet. We are from your world from Earth. Why, my people are like all the others, to have known the exile from hundreds of years ago. I'm not sure I understand everything. Companions showed us at the same time as the creation of Eldarya? How? Do we have an explanation for their sudden appearances? Companions are derived from Eldarya's creation. Please explain it to me in detail. It's not up to me to tell you about that. But I want to know. He did not say more, and when I asked Chrome to explain it to me, he replied that he has skipped the class on companions. Dang, I'm not surprised. Low-key. Time feels to be getting longer and longer, sitting in this cramped boat. I felt pins and needles in my leg and horrible cramps in all of my muscles. The terrible ordeal of this boat was the icing on the cake to this disastrous journey, where we were still very far from the island. Night fell very quickly, and I almost fell asleep, rocked by the sound of the waves, but the bed wasn't the most comfortable. Chrome and I woke up in the early morning. The island wasn't far off now, and we were able to land there a couple of hours later. We had barely arrived before I fell to the ground. I felt like I had lost the ability to walk. After several minutes of massaging my legs, I could skip about like before. I will never make a journey like that again. You can say that again. I must be honest, I owe you many thanks for having taken us with you, but with all due respect and kindness, that was the most horrible journey of my life. It's because you're not used to it. I think so, yes. Nevertheless, I wish to thank you once again for your very generous offer to have brought us this far. I may be complaining about this journey, but I am forever grateful. My pleasure. Both moderately. Thank you. I am also very sincere when saying it was my pleasure. You both brought back one of our precious children. Well, not to be a buzzkill, but we have to go. Schwarz still isn't back from reporting back to Miko. Mr. Kappa, can I ask you for a favor? What favor? If you see my companion, give him our things and tell him to transfer this message to Miko. We'll arrive within 20 hours or so, okay? Not a problem. Safe travels, children. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. It's time to get in the water. He looked at me with a very uncomfortable expression on his face. What's going on? Well, we will have to, well, you know. No, I don't think I do. When we transform our clothes, we have to take them off. Why? We can keep them like hot does. Huh? What are you talking about? Anyway, we have to be, you know, well, okay. No, I refuse. You don't have a choice. Either that or you lose them. I can't leave them. It was a gift from Miko. Yet I can't get naked in front of Chrome. He left. I don't dare to move. Come on. I really don't want to, but I suppose I don't have a choice. No, I lost my mana. Like I said earlier. But at least it's not a 2 minutes, at least it didn't take 2 minutes. Like last time, it took about 8 minutes. So yeah, the mermaid transformation is gonna be for the next video. Which is probably gonna be around the end of January or something. The time that I collect enough mana, because we only receive 50 a day. So it might take a little while until I get enough mana to continue. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed and see you later, human.